Hi everyone. So guys, welcome back to Unacademy NEET English channel. My name is Tina and I am your biology educator. So as we know, NT has always loved cockroach. So every year we are getting at least 2 to 3 questions from cockroach until 2025. But let's see what happens in 2026. So let's quickly revise cockroach in 15 minutes. So starting with the classification. So it belongs to the kingdom Animalia, phylum is Arthropoda, class is Insecta or Hexapoda, order being Blattaria, family Blattidae. Genus is Periplaneta and species is Americana. Although you can miss out on these order and family, but still. Now, being an arthropoda, it is must to have a chitinous exoskeleton and a jointed appendages. While being insecta, it must have 3 pairs of legs and 2 pairs of wings. Now, seeing the general morphology, the size is between 34 to 53 millimeter in adults. The color can be multicolored. For example, it can be either bright yellow, red, green, or and found in tropical regions, which are typically brown and black in color. Talking about the habits of cockroach, they are nocturnal, so they are more active during the evening or the night time. Omnivorous and lives in damp places. Moving on to the exoskeleton. So exoskeleton is hard and made up of chitin. Now chitin is a polysaccharide whose monomer is N-acetyl glucosamine. Now this was in 2016. Brown in color. So the chitinous plates are known as sclerids and these are hard plates which cover the body. Now, the sclerids are present on the dorsal, ventral as well as on the lateral sides. The sclerids on the dorsal sides are known as tergites, while those on the ventral sides are known as sternites, and the sclerids of the lateral sides are known as pleurites. So overall, typically each segment is covered by 4 sclerites, 1 tergite on the dorsal, 1 sternite on the ventral, and 2 pleurites on the lateral side. Now, the membrane that binds these sternites to the body that membrane is known as the arthrodial membrane. Now, this membrane is thin and flexible and it keeps the body flexible for breathing. Now, moving on to the body segments, the body is divided into 3 distinct regions. So, there is true segmentation in the body. There is true segmentation. The first segment is known as the head, second is the thorax, and then we have abdomen. Now, talking about the main structures present on head, thorax, and abdomen, head has compound eyes, 2, that is 1 pair, then a pair of antenna, then mouth, which consists of 5 different parts, and ocelli. These represent the simple eyes, again 2 in number. While thorax will have 2 pairs of wings and 3 pairs of legs, while abdomen will have 2 structures like anal cerci present on 10th segment. Now this is also a segment. This is also divided into 15 segments present on the 10th segment of abdomen. Now this question was asked in 21 and 24. While there is another structure known as anal styles, which are again found in a pair, but they are only found in males. Now this is a point of sexual dimorphism. Again, this question was asked in 2023 that anal styles are used for sexual dimorphism. I hope this much is clear to all. Now moving on to the details of head. See, the head is triangular in shape and made up of 6 segments. So 6 segments fuse to form the triangular head. Now head being triangular, now it is held at the right angle to the rest of the body. Now this thing is known as, so this is head and this is the body, right? This is the body. So this thing, when it is held at 90 degree, this point is known as hypognethus. The term used is hypognethus. Is that point clear? Then talking about the appendages and the other structures present on the head region, first of all, we have a pair of compound eyes. We have a pair of compound eyes. These eyes are very large and they are kidney shaped. Now, each eye has 2000 hexagonal units, which are known as ommatidium. So, ommatidium is like one eye in a human. So, being 20, since there are 2000 ommatidium, there are 2000 images formed in each eye. Now, this results in mosaic vision. This results in mosaic vision. So not only it has a nocturnal vision, it has a mosaic vision because of so many images being formed in each eye. Now, but the vision is not very clear. So it has less resolution. So less resolution also. Although there are multiple images being formed, but they are not clear. So it is highly sensitive, but less resolution. Is this clear? And it is mosaic in nature. Then talking about the antenna. Now these antenna present on the head region, these are like nose. They contain olfactory receptors. These olfactory receptors means for sensitive to smell. They help in locating food. There are two antennae and each are segmented. Now moving on to the mouth parts. The mouth is present, of course, on the head. The type of mouth parts are biting and chewing types. So it bites, it chews. Now each so overall mouth has five different parts. First is labrum, which represents the upper lip, one in number. Mandibles are the actually grinding and incising regions, two in number. Maxillae are again paired or two in number, used for picking up the food. Labium is the lower lip, and hypopharynx represents its tongue. Now, hypopharynx lies within the mouth cavity. It is surrounded by rest of the organs, rest of the mouth parts, as we can see it in this diagram. Now, this point was asked in 2021. Now, moving on to the next region of the body, which is next segment, that is thorax. Thorax is further divided into three regions, that is prothorax, mesothorax, and metathorax. Now, thorax is connected to head through a small region known as neck. Now, neck is not really a different part. It is just an extension of prothorax. This allows the movement of head 180 degree. Now, thorax has two special structures. One is legs and second is wings. Now, there are three pairs of legs. Now, all the legs are similar and each leg consists of five segments, that is coxa, trochanter, femur, tibia, and tarsus in the order. Coxa is towards the body and tarsus is away from the body. Now legs are attached on the ventral side of the body. Is this clear? Then talking about the legs, all legs are similar. As I said, these legs are used for running because it is cursorial in nature. It is a fast runner. Also used for walking, and also interestingly, it has some taste receptors on the legs. Going on to the wings. Now there are no wings on the prothorax. See, every segment of thorax, prothorax, mesothorax, and metathorax, each segment of thorax has one pair of legs. But when we talk about the wings, there are only two pairs. And prothorax does not have any wing. Is that clear? So wings are present on the mesothorax region, hence they are mesothoracic wings, and they are present on the metathoracic region, the metathoracic wings. The mesothorax wings are also known as forewings or tegmina. So tegmina arises from mesothorax. This was 2023 question. Now tegmina is opaque, dark, leathery, cover the hind wings. So the main function of forewings is being protective. So the color was also asked in 2018. See, every year we are getting some or the other question from Cockroach. Now moving on to the hind wings, which arise from metathorax. They are transparent, they are membranous, and hashtag they are important for flight. They are used for flight. Now, talking about the third region or the third segment of the body, which is abdomen. Abdomen consists of 10 segments both in males as well as in females. But the sexual dimorphism exists, that is, you can differentiate between male and female from the external morphology. So, talking about the female, the seventh sternum is boat shaped, 2018 question. And seventh, eighth, and ninth sternum, they together form a genital pouch. Then, in case of males, the genital pouch is present at the hind end of the body and dorsally covered by ninth and 10th terga, while ventrally it is covered by the ninth sternum. Now, in case of males, as well as in female, there is this structure, as already mentioned, anal cerci. It is paired, jointed filamentous structure present in both segments and on segment number 10, 2018. And in case of males only, there is another structure present, which is anal style. Now, unlike legs and antennae and anal cerci, anal styles are the only unsegmented structure present in a cockroach, and that too only in the male cockroach. Is it clear? This helps in distinguishing the two sexes. And where exactly is it present? It is present on the ninth sternum. Then, starting with the anatomy, let's talk about the digestive system. Digestive system is complete because it has separate mouth and anus. Now, the correct sequence was asked in 2019, so you should be clear that it starts with mouth. Mouth leads into the pharynx. Pharynx leads into the esophagus. Both pharynx and esophagus are tubular and short. Then, esophagus leads us to crop. esophagus leads into the crop, and this is where food is stored. So there are this question has been asked in 2022, 2024 as well. So where is food stored in cockroach? It is in crop region. Then crop gradually leads into gizzard. So food from crop will slowly move into the gizzard, and gizzard is that part where grinding of food is going to take place because of the presence of 6 highly cuticular teeth for grinding. Gizzard is also known as proventriculus, so either name can appear in the exam, and this question was asked in 2024, 2022. Now these 2 points, crop and gizzard, they are very, very liked topics by NTA. Now, from mouth to gizzard, here completes our foregut. See, our alimentary canal, the alimentary canal of cockroach is differentiated into 3 regions: foregut, midgut, and hindgut. So, from mouth to gizzard, we have foregut, and then midgut is a short region, which is also known as mesentron, and this midgut has these special structures, hepatic CK. Now at the junction of foregut and midgut are present hepatic CK, which will open in the midgut and release the digestive juices. Clear? Then moving on to the third region of digestive or alimentary canal is the hindgut, which is broader than midgut, and the 3 regions of hindgut are ileum, colon, and rectum. So you should know the correct sequence. This question has already been asked, and in 2024, the same diagram was given, and you were asked to label. Now, this was the alimentary canal complete because there is mouth as well as there is anus. Now, talking about the digestive glands. So, already told you there is one hepatic CK, now also known as gastric CK. These gastric CK or hepatic CK are present between or they are present at the junction of foregut and midgut. Is this clear? And they are 6 to 8 in number, and they are blind in nature. So they are closed from one end. While we have salivary glands as well, they are present near the mouth region and open into the pharynx. Then, talking about the blood vascular system. The blood vascular system is open because there are no capillaries. The whole body is filled with blood. So, the body cavity is known as hemocoel since it is filled with blood. Now, the blood is not not red in color. It is whitish. There is no respiratory pigment. Now, this white colored blood of cockroach is known as hemolymph, right? Now, like us, our blood, the blood of cockroach also consists of plasma and cells. Now, the cells are not known as RBCs or WBCs. We simply call the cells of blood as hemocytes. They are more phagocytic like WBCs. I hope this point is clear. So, the blood vascular system consists of blood, it consists of heart, and the third thing it will have is the coelom, which is all filled, the sinuses, right? The cavity is divided into certain sinuses, which is all filled with hemolymph. Are these points clear? Now, see, the blood is going to move from backward to forward direction. So, what is the direction of blood? It is posterior to anterior. Now, talking about heart, there are not any 1 or 2 chambers. The heart of cockroach consists of 13 chambers. It is on the dorsal side. See, being a non-chordate, the heart will be present on the dorsal side, on the mid-dorsal line. Now, every segment of or every chamber of heart uh, has a pair of small pores on the sides. These are known as ostia. So the blood from the sinuses are going to enter into the heart through these ostia. Are these clear? So what is the blood flow like? So from the sinuses, through this ostia, blood enters into the heart, and then it goes to the anterior direction, and through aorta it goes back into the sinuses. I hope this point is clear. Then, so then these are the special muscles which help in the movement of the heart. Is that clear? Which help in the contraction and relaxation of the heart. These muscles are known as alary muscles. See, while there are 13 chambers of heart, we have only 12 pairs of alary muscles. They are fan shaped, or you can say triangular, and they help in contraction and relaxation of heart. Moving on to the next system, which is the respiratory system. Now, as we know, it's an insect, so it has a tracheal system. So the main structure for respiration is trachea. So basically on the lateral sides of the body are present special openings which are known as spiracles. These are like our nostrils. So there are 10 pairs of 10 pairs of spiracles And this question was asked in 2024. Now, out of these 10 pairs, see, 2 are present in the thoracic region and rest of the 8 are in the abdominal region. The ones on the thoracic region are the larger spiracles. So these spiracles also open and close as per the need. They are not always open. Some of them are, but not always open. Otherwise, it will lead to dehydration. Now, see, these spiracles lead into this tubular structure, which is known as trachea. And just like our trachea, the trachea of cockroach also has some thickenings, but not cartilaginous. These thickenings are made up of cuticular. The purpose is exactly the same, to prevent it from collapsing. And then this trachea breaks down into many tracheoles, and from tracheoles it directly moves into the cells and muscles. So there is a direct connection between atmosphere and the cell. So such respiration is known as direct respiration because the cells are in direct contact with the atmosphere. I hope these points are clear to all. Then, talking about the removal of nitrogenous waste and osmoregulation, the excretory system consists of different structures. The main structure is malphizian tubules. Now, these malphizian tubules are present at the junction of midgut and hindgut. So, see, these malphizian, so surrounding the alimentary canal is all hemolymph, right? The white colored hemolymph. So the nitrogenous waste from the hemolymph will be picked up by the malphizian tubules, and this nitrogenous waste will be converted into the uric acid by the malphizian tubules. So it takes in the nitrogenous waste, converts it into the uric acid, and then puts that waste in the alimentary canal. So alimentary canal is not only meant for digestion and absorption, it is also involved in the removal of nitrogenous waste. And the chief nitrogenous waste of cockroach is uric acid, hence it is uricotelic. Now see, in 2023, there was this question asked, which of the following structures are excretory in nature? So apart from malphizian tubules, fat bodies, nephrocytes, uricose glands, they also help in excretion. Now, these malphizian tubules that we are talking about, they are 100 to 150 in nature, very thin filamentous structures, just like a painting, the bristles of the painting brush. And as said, where are they present? At the junction of midgut and hindgut. Now, let's talk about the nervous system. So, nervous system consists of one, the double ventral nerve cord. We know that since it is a non-chordate, so nerve cord would be found on the ventral side, right? So the first component is a double ventral nerve cord. Second component is the brain. Now, brain is actually a group. Brain is formed by two supraesophageal ganglia. Now, this question was asked in 2024. So, there are two ganglia which are present above the esophagus. Hence the name. So, one sends the name supraesophageal. Now, these supraesophageal ganglia constitute the brain. So, this is the brain. Now, from the supraesophageal ganglia arises the double ventral nerve cord, and on these double ventral nerve cord are present ganglia. How many ganglia? Total 9 ganglia. How many ganglia? Total 9 ganglia are present. So there is this brain, and from the brain is nothing but a supraesophageal ganglia. Two supraesophageal ganglia. Is this clear? Now, from this arises the double ventral nerve cord, and on the nerve cord are present 9 ganglia. Now, see the distribution. Out of 9, 3 are present in the thoracic region, and rest of the 6 are found in the abdominal region. I hope these points are clear. Then, talking about the sense organs, we have already discussed. Antenna is a sense organ which helps in locating the food. It has olfactory receptors, smell receptors. Then compound eyes, they have photoreceptors. Each eye made up of 2000 hexagonal ommatidia. And what kind of vision was it? Mosaic vision. Other than that, there are some taste receptors on the legs, on the maxillary palps, that is the mouth parts. Then reproductive system. Now, since it is unisexual, so male female are different. Their sexes are separate, and they represent sexual dimorphism also. Clear? Now, talking about the male system first, it consists of testes and some glands and others external genitalia. Let's take it one by one. So, testes, one pair, and see the testes are follicular in nature, and they are present in 4th to 6th abdomen. Where are they present? Between the 4th to 6th. They are elongated, they are follicular. Now, what is the function of testes? Always to produce sperms. Now, from testes, see, the sperms will move. So, pathway is important here. So from the testes, sperms are going to move into the vas deferens. From vas deferens, see, from this vas deferens, from the vas deferens, they are going to collect into this small structure, which is known as seminal vesicle. The seminal vesicle stores the sperms. Now, this question was asked in 2016. Where are sperms stored? In the seminal vesicle. Testes produces them. Vas deferens will transport the sperms into the vesicle, and seminal vesicle will store the sperms and form spermathecae, the group. Is that clear? That ball of sperms known as spermathecae. Now, apart from the seminal vesicle, mushroom glands. Can you see the labeling here? There are two types of tubules, small tubules and long tubules. Small tubules are excretory in nature, while long tubules of mushroom glands, they will secrete and together secrete secretion around the spermatheca. That means the ball of sperm, and now that ball will be transported into the ejaculatory duct. Can you see this yellow colored thick duct? This is the ejaculatory duct. From the ejaculatory duct, the sperms are going to move into the male genital pore and they'll be released outside. No, they'll be released into the female body. So hashtag internal fertilization will take place. So they will be released in which part of the female body? That is the spermatheca. I hope these points are clear. Now, other than this, you must know that where is the seminal vesicle present? Seminal vesicle is present around in the sixth segment, while mushroom gland appears in the 6th to 7th segment. While external genitalia are also present. Now, external genitalia are represented by gonapophyses. These are chitin-made asymmetric structures, also known as phelomeres. Now, let's move on to the female reproductive system. Now, here in the female reproductive system, the gamete forming structure would be known as ovaries. There are two large ovaries. Can you see it in the diagram? Now, this ovary, each ovary consists of 8 ovarioles. Now, ovariole is the unit of ovary. Is this clear? So, ovary has further 8 ovarioles. Now, remember, each ovariole will form one egg. So, in all, 8 eggs from one ovary, 8 eggs from the other ovary. So, together they can form 16 eggs. Yes. Now, these eggs will be transported to the oviduct, and from the oviduct, right and left, they come into the common oviduct, also known as vagina, and then vagina will open into the genital chamber. Vagina will open into the genital chamber. Genital chamber is the upper part, the lower part will be known as the vestibulum, and together they are going to constitute the genital pouch. Now see, on the ventral and dorsal side of the vagina, you can see this structure known as spermatheca. And this is the structure where sperms have been stored during the act of copulation, right? Now, when eggs are released in the genital chamber, spermatheca will contract to release the sperms, and this is the site of fertilization. This is the site of fertilization. Now, once the eggs have been fertilized, so there is this pink colored gland. This is known as collateral glands, collateral glands. These collateral glands are going to secrete a milky fluid around the fertilized eggs and form a capsule, the reddish brown capsule. These capsules are known as ootheca. Is that clear? So ootheca is a reddish brown capsule which will contain the fertilized eggs, which will protect the fertilized eggs, and then these fertilized eggs will be released outside. Now, in the whole lifetime, a female can produce 9 to 10 ootheca, each containing 14 to 16 eggs. Are these clear? Now, we must know it has indirect development. There will be a larval stage involved. Indirect development. Now, the larva is known as nymph. There is porometabolous type of development. Is this clear? The larva looks like the adult but lacks the wings. So now larva, that is the nymph, it has to undergo 13 moltings to become an adult. Is that clear? It has to undergo 13 moltings to become an adult. Now see, there's this NCERT line. The next to last nymphal stage has wing pads. What is next to last? That is the second last larval stage will have wing pads but not wings. Wings will only be found in the adults. So guys, this was all about cockroach. I have clearly revised everything that is given in NCERT, and stay tuned. The next session, that is not the session, the next video that is coming up is for frog, because NTA last year shifted its love towards frog. So we are going to revise frog in the next video. So keep revising. All the very best.